The next 4 laws, I think, have a lot to do with the way our soul progresses, and they affect us on every level, and they're very powerful. The first of those is the law of karma, and that basically says that whatever you do will get done to you. Or it's the law of cause and effect. So Jesus taught that if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And in fact, just as a matter of interest, that's patently not right if you only look at one life, because not everybody who lives by the sword does die by the sword in that same life. But if you looked at the different train carriages of all the different lives that make up the train of who you are, you'd see, ah yes, lived by the sword, died by the sword. Oh, lived by the sword, died by the sword. You'd see it.
Just might jump a few lives perhaps.
That's right, yeah, you'd see it.
Okay.
So that's the law of karma. The law of flow, this is an interesting one. This is about how you develop wealth. Basically, when you give, you create the energetic grace to receive back. And the giving depends upon your circumstances. What's a lot of giving depends upon what you regard as a lot. It's like for someone who doesn't have much money, to give $10 is a lot of giving, which generates a lot of grace for money to come back to them.
So you're talking about tithing?
It is. It's tithing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to be in the advanced class, you can do more than 10%. You can give half your income, but you've got to be sensible, you've got to be balanced, and you've got to make sure that you can still meet your commitments, but also at the same time you can practice a bit of moderation and get your commitments to a manageable level, and so you can afford to tithe. You know what I mean?
Okay, but it's not about somebody going, okay, if I give half of this, then I'm going to get $1 million back, because that's not the energy, is it?
It's not really. It's more a case of you never know when it's going to happen. My own experiences with tithing have been phenomenal. When Master Choa taught me about this, as an experiment, I gave him quite a large cheque, and within 24 hours I was given back more than 5 times what I'd given him.
Wow. From
2 different sources, neither of which were business related. They were gifts, just totally unexpected gifts. And I thought, boy, this is the best investment I've ever made. I'm going to tithe more. But it's not always that quick, but it definitely works. So that's the law of flow. And not only money, if you want love, give love. You want friendship, give friendship, and then it's what comes back to you. The next one is the law of forgiveness. The law of forgiveness basically is where the turn the other cheek comes in. It's saying if someone harms you, that's no reason that you should harm them. And it really is a teaching that says, act, don't react, you know. Because really, if you react the same way as someone's just treated you, which is badly, then aren't you just at the same vibration as them?
Or the perception that they've treated you badly.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's a hard one. But really, when you can see clairvoyantly when people haven't forgiven someone. And I noticed this because I've seen a lot of people over the years who've had difficulty getting over divorces. And if they hold that lack of forgiveness in the heart chakra, it looks very black, like black chalk or black bubble gum stuck in the heart chakra. And the only person that is hurting is the person with that stuff in their heart. It doesn't hurt their former spouse that they haven't forgiven. So it's a bit like taking poison and expecting that they're going to drop dead. It just doesn't work. So forgiveness actually cleanses your heart chakra and opens the door to the divine world. So it's a really important one, that one. Often very challenging. The next one, the law of compassion. It's also called the law of mercy, and says, you know, don't be harsh with people. People make mistakes, and for us to know that so do we. And if we make a mistake, do we want people to be harsh with us? No, we want them to be compassionate. Part of the law of mercy, the flip side of it is the law of severity, and that mercy and severity go together in the sense of sometimes it is merciful and compassionate to be quite severe with a person in the sense that they've done something, say, violent and dangerous, like committed a murder. The law of compassion says you need to lock them up. You know what I mean? Treat them humanely, but don't leave them in a situation where they will continue to do that. That's not actually merciful at all. So the strength is needed as well as the mercy. You know, if parents have, I've actually seen couples who've had violent teenage children, And because they love them so much, they put up with things, and you know, some of them were black and blue with violent, you know, punches and so forth from alcoholic teenagers. But the law of mercy also says have boundaries, you know, and they had to change the way they were dealing with their children because of the operation of the law of mercy and compassion.
Okay.
The last three laws I can do very quickly. The law of economy basically says the divine doesn't waste energy. In meeting one person's wishes, 25 other people get their wishes met at the same time.
Cool.
It's a domino effect. It's very cool. It means there's an abundance of everything, but it's used efficiently.
Great.
The next one is the law of faith. Faith is the glue that holds it all together. In natural manifesting, you have to have faith in what you're doing and to know that when you've asked the divine for it, it is definitely coming. It is definitely coming. That's the law of faith, very strong law. The last one is the law of free will. And Earth is a free will zone. So you're allowed to do whatever you like. There will be consequences though, because actions have consequences. But if you don't like something, you can change it. And it's a very empowering law, that one.
Okay. Are they all equal?
I think that at different times in your evolution, they will be prominent for you to learn them. They're all equal, yes.
Okay.
I think they are.
Okay. Now this then takes me on to the Harmony Centre. Could you just share us a little bit about that?
Yep, the Harmony Centre is a charitable foundation that we've established at Cooranbong, and we also have one in Crow's Nest in Sydney. And we run personal development courses, a healing clinic, and many, many training seminars that are all run by donation. The whole centre runs by donation. And we think that quite often the very people who need the help aren't in a financial situation that they can pay for it at the time. And so we offer it all on a pay what you can basis. When we use the 12 laws and the 5 dimensions and we're doing our thing, abundance finds us. And the Harmony Centre is an abundant institution. You know, we have our good days and our bad days, but we've been going for 4 years. And I think it's miraculous in Western culture to be able to keep something like that going when it's all about, we're a multi-faith centre. We teach people the essence of all faiths is the same thing. We run chanting that is Sufi one day and Hindu the next and Buddhist the next, and sometimes all of them in the one session, you know. People love it. We have huge numbers of people come to our meditation classes and the clinic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as we finish the program, and you're talking about you have your good days and bad days with the clinic, what about you as a person? Given what you now know and have learnt, compared to the Kim from...
Vast difference.
Yeah.
I think that the more you grow, you still feel things to the same extent that you ever did, but it's quick. It just passes through in a matter of hours or even minutes. So something that, you know, I would have reacted to with grief or anger or depression or something when I was a younger person, and it might have been months that I was stuck in that. Now it truly is a matter of either hours or minutes before it's just gone.
Okay.
And the happiness and the peace are just pretty much there consistently. So I really recommend it.
Okay. What is your website for your centre?
It's www.kimfraser.com. So KIMFRASER.
Okay. Kim, thank you so much for being on the program.
It's a pleasure.
I know, you know, yet again, with most of our guests, we can just chat for hours. So to have you back on again.
Love to.
Excellent. And when the book comes out,
Okay.
that would be the great time.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you very much for being with us. You know the website, www.conversationswithrobin.com. You can go on to guests and topics. You'll see a link to Kim Fraser, and you'll find out more about her Harmony Centre there. Check out the TV stations, who's on what time and when. And in the meantime, take care.